Sofa City Sounds. I can barely contain my excitement for this show. um, Please welcome yourself. I'm so fucking excited that you're here with me tonight.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. I'm Chris. I do vocals in a really shitty local band called Seagrave. Hopefully, you've been out to see us. Hopefully, you come out to see us. But no pressure, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, terrible, right? Actually, I've seen you guys. I saw you guys at the Casbah
Oh shit! Yeah, that was a while ago.
with Cryphilic and who opened that show?
Yeah, I remember. Sorry, I shouldn't say. Like, I don't remember who else was on it other than Cryphilic, but
Yeah,
I just remember that was a really weird show for us. It was kind of an odd bill for us to be on
really?
because we were the only kind of like core band. Like all
Yeah,
the other bands were great. Just a little more like power metal-y or straight death metal, right? So it was a bit of an odd bill for us, but still ended up being
yeah.
a good night.
I don't know. I like that was a first time I had seen you guys. I had heard of you guys a little bit before that, and I'd gone out to see that show. I feel like I had gone out to see that show for you guys. Kurt had most likely invited me on Facebook. We're friends. He's done a few shows for me,
Okay,
or with me, I should say. Um, and yeah, you guys were fucking great that night.
thank
That was
you.
it was a fun night. That was a good show.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, that was my introduction to you guys. Like I had heard of you, but I hadn't listened to any music because I knew I was going to that show, and it was worth the wait, definitely.
Fair enough. That's good. We appreciate
So,
it.
and you guys just did a show in Oshawa. Was it in Oshawa that you guys? I want to say it was at the Biltmore.
Yeah, so we did our first well, hopefully first of many. I guess that's kind of a leak actually, but basically our plan for Oshawa is we kind of want to do once a year and make it a bigger thing as
Yep.
opposed because Oshawa's hometown for us. So rather than play 3 4 times a year at a smaller club,
Right.
let's make it a big kind of event, do a bigger
Yep.
venue. Biltmore's got like a 600 cap, so we ended up with I think 350 almost through the door that night.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So yeah, it was insane. I mean, the whole night all of us were backstage in the green room just like this is fucking crazy. Like we'd never done anything this big. So yeah, we were just shocked the whole night. None of us could really believe what was happening. And then
Yeah.
the crowd was amazing. Staff at the Biltmore are always awesome. I've known their GM Jacob for a long time. He's a
Yeah.
solid dude. So
Oh
yeah, we
yeah.
couldn't be more appreciative for them to give us the opportunity to try it out. Because I even said to them when we booked it, I was like, "Look, man, I don't know how the fuck this is gonna go, but we'll try it."
Yeah, it looked like a wild time. It did. It
Yeah,
looked
it
like
was
you
sick.
guys had a fantastic time. So right on. That's killer.
That full set's actually we filmed it like pro filmed it 4K. It's up on YouTube right now, actually on our channel.
That's awesome. Sweet. I got something to watch later while I'm working. No, that's awesome. I like to dive into bands more after I've seen them live. Usually when I see them live, first thing I do is look for an interview. And then after the interview, that's when I start like learning about the bands and grabbing the merch and going to more shows and stuff like that. I
Right,
kind of like building that relationship that way because it's fun to be in this industry.
of
And
course,
it's nice to watch bands grow. It
hundred
is. It's
percent.
really nice to watch bands grow. And whatever you guys are doing, you're doing it right. You guys have a few things coming up this year, and you accomplished a few things last year. So,
Yeah.
which way do you want to go first? Do you want to talk about the past, or do you want to talk about what's coming up?
I mean, I'm good either way. I guess we can start. It makes sense to start in the past, I suppose. Like we can just kind of recap our 2024.
All right.
Um, the first like we put out Aether, which at the time was our biggest track at the time. Did amazing for us. We played a ton of shows. We made a lot of connections, which was great. It was a lot like 2024 was a lot more of a building year for us. And then we kind of capped it off really big. We put out Sanctifier, which was our biggest track yet by far. It was also a little bit different for us. Like I tried putting some cleans in a chorus and stuff, and even for us to have a chorus is like absolutely fucked. But and then yeah, I capped it off with that big Biltmore show, which was just an amazing way to
Awesome.
to end the year.
Yeah. No, that's killer. All right. So let's dig in the treasure chest. How did all of this start for you guys? That was not a pun either, by the way. That was
Um,
not on purpose, no matter how clever that sounded.
you mean like how the band got started?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
you
Seagrave,
can start from your beginning if you want, but like, yeah, what's the history of the
yes,
band?
Seagrave was already a band when I joined, but they were called Sunnyvale.
Oh yeah,
Um, it was obvious pun off Trailer Park Boys.
yeah.
I actually joined on bass. I wasn't on vocals at first. So I played bass in the band for about, I don't know if it was quite a full year, but maybe almost a year. Um, and then we just kind of went through some lineup changes. Our old vocalist had to leave, so we kind of looked at it as I had always been a vocalist before that. I had never like Sunnyvale was my first time playing bass in a band,
Cool.
so I was like, well, we could either spend a shit ton of time trying to find another vocalist who's really solid, or like I could just do vocals and it's probably easier for us to find a bass player. So that's what we ended up kind of going with.
Right
And
on.
yeah, I mean, if you'd heard us back then, it's a completely different band now. Like, doesn't even sound remotely the same. But yeah,
That's cool.
um, the guys that already been jamming a couple years, at least Doug and Stiv, that's our guitar player and our drummer.
Yeah.
And then I brought Ali in because after I took up vocals, I was like, obviously we need a bass player. So first person I hit up was Ali. Ali used to be in Out of My League, which is a pretty big local band from back in the day. And
Right
at
on.
first he was like, he said he didn't really have the time. He wasn't sure. He said he was kind of working on something else, which actually, funny enough, ended up being Afraid, his other project that they put out recently. Um, and I was like, all right, man, no sweat. So we actually just went no bass player for a while. We were just backtracking bass at shows all over the PA.
Cool.
And then Ali hit me up one day after like maybe a month or two later, and he's like, you know what, fuck it, let's go. So
Sick.
then Seagrave was born, and then yeah, just I don't know. Everything else is pretty online, so pretty
Yeah.
pretty safe to say we try and stay on top of posting quite a bit. So
Well, yeah,
uh,
you guys are very very online professional. Absolutely. Definitely. You
thanks.
guys are on
Yeah,
point with your posts and the things that you say and the way you word them, and your photography is fantastic. Whoever took the photos that you sent me was spot on.
I think the
Absolutely
ones I sent you, actually, those five I sent you would have been like three different photographers, but
awesome.
we always try and scout the best people, and we
Yep.
obviously try to always support the homies as much as we can. Actually, our bass player Ali and his girlfriend Shay, or sorry, now fiance actually,
Sweet.
him and Shay are very very fucking awesome photographers. So we've gotten very lucky in that way. Shay's
Wonderful.
take Shay's taking a lot of the photos when like Ali has to be in the shot,
Yep.
obviously. But if it's shots of like us, like Ali usually just does them.
That's killer. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Right on. That yeah, it's nice when the band has multi talent beyond the writing and the instrumental part of it. When you can do all of it, right? It's
yeah,
a lot easier that way. I think.
100%. It makes a big ass difference. Like Ali's a really good photographer. He's good at doing some editing and stuff too. He's even starting to print some of our merch now. He bought a printing press over Christmas and that.
Awesome.
And then yeah, I handle like social media and all that kind of stuff usually,
Right
and
on.
all of our booking. Stiv handles pretty much all of our production demos to send off to get mixed and all that. And
Sweet.
Doug's kind of a typical drummer. He's just kind of fucking there, but he's awesome. So
They tend to be pretty awesome, which is why they're usually kept around, even though that drumming is just the thing, right?
yeah, I'm just
So
busted. So I love Dougie to death. But yeah,
no, that's awesome.
no,
That's killer. That's awesome.
it's good. No, we all have some roles to play, and it helps a lot. You like
Yeah.
one thing I can't stress enough is like bands when one person's doing everything. It just like it's too much for one person. You have to be able to spread out that workload, and
Yep.
and it'll help you a lot.
Oh, definitely. And it's nice when everybody wears different hats too. Like you were saying, you do one thing, Ali and his girlfriend do something else, and everybody kind of they have their own role in the band, but they also have their role outside of the band that contributes to what you guys are doing, which is
Yeah,
nice.
exactly, right? Like any
So,
any local band, there's so much back end stuff that if you're just a fan following on social media or going to shows like that you don't see. So, there's a lot more that goes into it than people think who aren't into music or
Yeah.
aren't in bands.
Oh, behind the scenes is it's equally as work heavy as in front of the stage or on the stage. You know, there's a lot of moving parts to the way things go behind the scenes. Speaking of behind the scenes, Rick Hall just popped in and said hi to the two of us, and
I
Sharon
was just gonna say we
Burnside.
should probably at least acknowledge the
Yep,
chat a bit. I don't know if Dylan's still
absolutely.
here, but I don't know if
Sometimes
Dylan's still
people
here, but he's
stop it
adorable.
though. So
Dylan, if you're still here, you're adorable. I love you. Check out Sewn if nobody knows Sewn because they're
yeah,
fucking awesome.
I think they've been
Um,
down here once. I'd like to have them out here for sure.
yeah, man, we've done tons of shit with Sewn. We've done runs with them and stuff. It's always a good time.
Awesome. All right.
Rick, fucking what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a minute, and we haven't talked in a minute. We'll have to catch
Yeah,
up soon.
I
And
love Rick.
Adam, I'm not familiar with you, but
That's
hello.
my brother.
That's your
Yeah,
brother?
that's my
Oh
brother.
shit, right on.
Pops into
That's
every
good.
show to make sure he says hi.
Oh
So
fuck, that's awesome.
yeah. So yeah, that's how he discovers his new music now. He doesn't have to turn on the radio. So and Andrew the Legend is here. He just popped in and said hi. I don't know if you've met him or know who he is, but
I'm not sure if I have.
he's about 13, 12 or 13. Andrew, tell me how old you are because I know you're watching. He's 12 or 13. And girls, can you get the dog, please? The dog and the cat are fighting. Sorry. I can hear my animals going at it in the back and nobody's barking or meowing. So,
True.
but Andrew's 13.
God
So,
damn, dude.
he has been to probably 200 or 300 shows with his dad over the last couple of years.
That's
Um,
awesome.
we had him on stage for my book release 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, for Sofa City 3. And he's been gracing concerts and stages ever since. So he has
Right on.
yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
there's delay. No worries.
No, I was because I finally managed to open it on my laptop so I could
Oh,
actually
nice.
see. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just forgot to mute it for a second.
Oh, no worries.
That's my
At least
bad.
there's no feedback when it happens like that.
No.
And Alex just popped into the chat from Us Alike. I had mentioned him before the show.
Right, yeah.
So they're
What's up,
actually
buddy?
that's the shirt I have on tonight. I try to choose a local, like a local Niagara band for every show, and this week it was them because I've been working with him a little bit. So
Right on.
yeah, they're fucking killer guys, and their music is awesome. So I highly recommend them.
Right
They're
on. I'll check it out for sure.
they're playing the Sky Caught Fire vinyl release party next week, the Thursday and the Friday.
Oh,
So
sick.
yeah, Friday is sold out. Thursday there's still a few tickets, but Friday is 100% sold out. I was lucky I got a ticket. So
Nice.
yeah, so you guys have some stuff coming up in the new
Yeah.
year.
Biggest thing we got
what's
coming
happening?
up. Yeah, biggest thing we got coming up right now is we're doing our the Vakken Metal Battle at Hard Luck February 1st.
That's so sick.
Yeah, so hopefully we can we win that and go to Germany. Basically,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if you know, like we're super close with Beguiler. They're like our brothers. So basically we just looked at Beguiler and we're like, let's just copy exactly what the fuck they did. And then so we're gonna see if we can win that.
Right on.
But
Yeah. No, that's killer. Beguiler's awesome. I've seen them quite a few times. Actually, you and I had a conversation about them selling out Welland. I
Right.
took my daughter to that show, and she had a hard time staying inside for the whole show. And when they were playing, she was inside the whole time.
Nice.
So yeah, because she gets overstimulated fast. So yeah, we
Yeah,
were
fair.
outside, and they came on, and she was right in there. So
Yeah, they're always a good time, man. They
yeah,
fucking kill it. They're always insanely tight. They always put on a good show. They're
yeah,
all
good
amazingly
dudes.
solid dudes.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
were super fun to interview too. So
Yeah,
I did the Ryfield interviews for the festival. I do all their interviews every year and help with
Oh, right on.
advertising and stuff. And I do all their 50-50. So if you're there this year, I'm looking for your money.
Fair enough.
So, well, I always make sure that I put that out there. This way, nobody's surprised when I'm like, "Can I have all your money, please?"
Yeah,
So I'm not that nice either.
true. That's
So
fair.
I usually go once around during the day when there's sunlight, and then after a few drinks, I hit up everybody again. So we do well though, and it all goes back to the band, so it's for a good cause.
Yeah, of course. Big time.
So But yeah, so speaking of Beguiler, I know that there's nothing really out there right now, but March 27th, you guys are coming to Niagara,
Yeah,
St. Catharines.
first time Seagrave will be in the Niagara region. We're gonna play St. Catharines with Beguiler and Cruel Intent and Eaten by Sharks
Yep, and
and
Ready to Die.
the Ready to Die boys. So you
I
better
can't fucking
fucking
wait.
better reach out. I know it's a
Oh,
Thursday and that kind of sucks, but
you know what?
it's gonna be
Those
worth it.
Thursday nights at the dive pub we're doing pretty good. They've become Sofa City's official home for metal shows, and we do every other month. Um, it's growing. It's growing, and I think with the lineup that we have, and it's Rob's birthday, I'm pretty sure we've already got all the tickets sold.
Hell
So,
yeah, that'll
like
be
I,
sweet.
like I never said that about a show before because I know how deadly it can jinx you. But
Yeah,
um, I've talked to Rob about it. I've talked to Alex about it. Chris from Eaten by Sharks, and we can all pretty much agree that it's going to be a packed house. And there's food. And we have a few other announcements for that show, which you and I will talk about backstage, but I can't say anything publicly yet. So, oops.
cool. Sounds good to me.
So yeah, so that should be fun. Um, yeah, Dive Pubs, they're excited to host you guys. I sent James some of your music and they're looking forward to it. So
Sweet. Yeah, we're pumped to go out there.
yeah,
We've been trying to hook up a Niagara show for a while. It just never worked out
right.
with scheduling or whatever. So yeah, we're pumped to finally get out there.
Awesome.
Our biggest goal for 2025, to be honest, is basically to just go play where we haven't played or where we've only played once or where it's far.
Yep.
We're looking to very much trying to get outside the GTA because we just played the GTA to death the last two
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So as much as we can, yeah, we're trying to get far out. Maybe probably try and go out to Quebec or the East Coast in the summer.
Right on. I don't know how far out you have contacts, but I can probably help with Montreal if that's something that interests you. Definitely.
Yeah, we want to play Montreal for sure. We went to Quebec last year. I guess
Sweet.
2 years ago. I guess 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
But we didn't get a Montreal date just because it was already booked for the venue that we
Right.
wanted. But we hit up Quebec City. We went to Drummondville.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a lot of fun. We
Awesome.
really want to go back.
Awesome. That's
It-
fantastic. Oh, Andrew, no, I'm sorry. It's not all ages. But warehouse is, and I'm sure we'll have something coming up at the warehouse to have these guys back in the summer, maybe the fall. Probably the fall. Definitely. We
yeah,
uh we've
I
got some
mean,
all ages venues around here that pack up pretty fast.
it's funny. I
So,
was just talking about that recently with somebody saying that you know, it really sucks that I remember when I was a teenager in high school, it's like I felt like every show was a fucking all ages show. And all I used to do was go to shows. And
yep.
now I feel like the all ages shows are so few and far between. I feel bad for the kids.
Yep. Yep, it's we have this place out here. It's called Camp Cataract, and they literally are their name. That you walk in and it's like being at home. It's such a
Yeah.
wonderful place to be, and they're all ages, and it's a tiny little stage, and it's for width, it's similar to the Bovine,
Okay.
but it's a really comfortable space to be, no matter how packed in you are, and we get a lot of kids out there. Convict are from out here. And whenever
Okay.
they throw shows, it's 50-50 adults and kids, which is nice.
Yeah,
So,
man, you need more kids to come to shows. I mean,
yep,
that's how the scene thrives and keeps
yep,
going. You need the younger kids to be getting into this shit. I
yep,
can't stand. That's why I can't stand like all the gatekeeping elitism when new bands come out and you have all the old heads being like,
yeah.
"Fuck this band" or whatever, and it's like, man, do you want this genre to die? Because that's what you're implicating at that point.
Well, and then that's it, like, it's weird. I don't think you and I are too far off in age. And I think that our generation actually gets that. But like you say, previous generations are just like, this is what I listen to and that's it. And I don't want to listen to new music. And then they
Yeah.
wonder why, they wonder why their specific genre of music is dead. And it's like, well, you didn't listen to Mikey on stage at your local bar, and that's why you have nobody to listen to now. You
Well, not
know?
even that, but then on
So
top of that too, you like not only did you not listen to them, you also shit on them
yeah, and that's
for
bullshit.
being a newer band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, I agree. I mean, I wish we could have way more all ages shows because when kids come out too, it's just when they come up and talk to us in the merch table too, it's fucking great. Like it's super cool to see that 15-year-old kid and then tell you like how much they loved watching you because it's like
Yeah.
I remember being that 15-year-old kid and
Yeah.
going up to
Yeah.
band the merch table and being
You see
like
yourself in
fucking
them.
love you guys like
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah, you see yourself in them, which is pretty cool.
it's
That's why I let my daughter say hi every single show. She'll poke
yeah
her
of
head
course
in, hi. She'll be
yeah
awkward and then she'll leave. And she's been singing since she was 3 years old. The first time she ever picked up a microphone was at an autism benefit, and
right
she
on
sang in front of 200 people.
holy shit
Yeah, it was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but she sang and she danced, and yeah, I don't think she realized what she was doing, you know what I mean? She just wanted to sing. So she
yeah
did. And
that's awesome
yeah, so that's why I make sure that any chance, "Hey mom, I want to say hi." Okay, come say hi,
yeah
you
for
know.
sure
So, yeah, and my
oh
other
yeah
one, she's into like grunge music and Weezer and Nirvana and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Here's the Melvins and here's the Vaselines." And oh, I love it. I love
yeah
it.
so yeah
So,
man you need you need the younger kids to get into stuff
yeah.
because otherwise the genre dies. I mean I always say too when it comes to stuff like that it's the same thing when you see all these big metal festivals get announced, and it's like I always compare it to like if you look at like Coachella, for example. So like
Yeah.
if you look at the Coachella lineup, the big headliners are people who got big over the last like 5, 6 years or so. But then you look at the metal ones, and it's like this fucking band was big 30 years ago, and they're
Yeah.
the headliner. But it's because people are too stubborn to move on and check out new shit,
Yep.
and you know what I mean.
Yep.
It's a shame. I'm hoping that that changes, but yeah,
I don't know. I find that the scene kind of ebbs and flows. Like there's a shift in, going to larger shows and then going to, our friends shows, the people that we support. And I would
right.
much rather spend $15 and go see all my friends who work their fucking asses off to do what they have to do instead of paying Taylor Swift's production team.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
and don't get me wrong, I think all musicians have a place. Whether they're, stadium singers or whatever, I think all musicians have a place. But at the end of the day, if we don't support those of us that are working hard to do what we're doing, we're not going to continue to have a scene.
Yeah, of
We're not
course.
going, and on top of that, we're not going to continue to have the bars open that we do for those
Well,
shows.
that's it.
Because
Yeah,
it's
that's it. I mean, we saw that happen during COVID, right? Like, look how many small
yeah.
places shut down because just there was nothing for them now.
Yeah, yeah. How many times somebody said, "Oh, I remember when I saw so and so at this bar, at this bar." One of the last bars I went to before COVID was the Hideaway,
Okay,
and
yeah,
and yeah, a month later, 6 months later, it was gone.
yeah, it's a
And
shame.
it
It
just
sucks.
it was like what like it was here yesterday, and
Yeah, it's
sometimes
always the worst.
yeah, and sometimes I'll walk past it. Like I go to Toronto quite often, and sometimes I'll walk past it, and it's like, oh yeah, this used to be the Hideaway. Like it's weird. So many buildings.
Hmm.
I wanted to mention. I think it was the owner of Sneaky D's. Unfortunately, passed away yesterday, and Sneaky D's was closed yesterday, and they're a huge staple in metal and a huge staple in our scene. So I just wanted to pass that on to everybody.
Yeah, big condolences to the whole Sneaks
Yeah,
family.
yeah,
That was rough. I saw that today too.
yeah. So, and I mean, 94, man, he was dedicated.
Hmm.
So, and I think I had read he stopped working when he was 90.
Something
So
like that. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
can, I can only hope to be that of sound mind at that age. Like,
Yeah,
can
for
you
sure.
can you imagine being 90 and still screaming on stage?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, you still got like Mick Jagger doing it, I guess, but it's not the same, I guess. But
I know, I know. But I mean, we can dream though, can't we?
yeah, I mean, I won't lie. I even find it pretty remarkable when I see like even like Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. Like, dude's got to be pushing, I think 60 now, and
Yeah,
like he still fucking goes so hard on stage, and he still sounds great. I
yeah,
remember when I was younger, I actually had that thought when I was like, I don't know, maybe like 18, 19. And I was like, what? Like, you see these old rock stars playing, but like, are metal bands or metal guys going to be able to keep that up? And
yeah.
clearly, some of them can. So,
Well, look at Lemmy.
yeah, right.
He played
Yeah.
until he couldn't fucking stand, you
Mm,
know. And I have a recording of one of the last live shows he did, and you can hear a major difference, but on the same token, it's just as good because you can hear him giving it all he's got,
yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
And I will say that there's a lot of gatekeeping in metal, but there's a lot of die hard fucking musicians that go and go and until they can't go, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, going back to what we were talking about earlier too, is just like of people not checking out new music. Like, I just never understood that. I mean, there's so many people, regardless of what genre you listen
Yeah,
to. I know so many people where it's basically like they stopped checking out new music after high school. It's like, why? There's so many, especially nowadays with so much access to music. Like,
yeah.
there's so many fucking good bands out there, no matter what genre you listen to. Like, I encourage anybody, like, take the time, check out like some new bands. You might find one you really love.
Well, let's list off a few. If we're gonna tell the people what to do, we should probably tell them who to listen to as well.
That's
Give me
fair.
5 bands off the top of your head, and I'll give you 5 of mine.
Um, I mean, they're not all metal necessarily because
Doesn't
I
have
I
to be.
do I do listen to a pretty wide, like I'm a big Midwest emo guy.
Nice,
So I've been listening to a lot of like Harrison Gordon. He's pretty new. Like he just put out his first full length, I think, this year.
cool,
He's amazing to check out. I've been listening to a lot of Heavy Hitter lately. They're fucking awesome. That's a straight beat down heavy band.
sick.
Um, I guess not new, not a new band obviously, but I encourage anyone, if you've ever even had an inkling of how much you like them, go check out the new EP that Counterparts just dropped. Is fucking amazing front to back.
It's been
Um,
all over my Facebook.
they're coming to Toronto in February, and I got tickets right away because I just, yeah, that I've had that EP on repeat now for weeks.
I know I'm gonna miss that show, which sucks. But Miles, who I'm gonna shout out because he's the fucking man. Um, Miles gave me an aborted ticket for my birthday because it's
Oh,
on my
nice.
actual
That's dope.
birthday.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, I was pretty excited. Well, so we just had Walter's party,
Right.
volume 3. And oh, is that your mom? Is your mom's
Yeah,
name
that's my
Linda?
that's my mom. Yeah.
Oh, your parents are here. That's so wonderful. Hi, mom and dad. Sorry, I don't usually do that, but I'm going to. Rodrigo's here. Alex is still kicking around, which is awesome. He's a huge
Oh yeah.
Counterparts fan as well.
Yeah,
So
I got into them a little bit later. Like I started listening to them around like 2019 or whatever.
yeah,
But it was one of those bands that like once I started diving in, I absolutely loved them.
yeah, yeah. They're one of those. I love this, and you haven't
Yeah.
even listened to it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's awesome. Yeah, I feel that way about Kublai Khan.
Yeah,
Doesn't
them
matter
too,
what
man.
they. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It could be.
I don't know what it is about Kublai Khan, man. It's like the simplest shit, but it just fucking hits you so good.
Oh, I know. I know. I was at their show.
Scratches the right part of your brain.
Yes, yes, definitely. I was at their show in September. I actually, so my
Oh yeah, I
car,
was there too. Yeah.
Rose, she died um, the same day as that show, and I bought tickets that morning, and I dropped her off at the Wreckers, and I ended up in the pit, and that's the first pit I've been in since my 40th birthday. Actually, Beguiler and Eaten by Sharks and Cryophilic, um, Crimson Asphalt. One more, and we're at my 5, I guess. I'm
Man,
trying to think of who
shout
else
out
was
to the
on that bill. That was Bloodfest. That
yeah.
was my 40th
I gotta shout out
birthday.
the boys. I gotta shout out the boys in Crimson too. I love those
Yes.
guys.
Yes, I have them actually playing the dive pub on February. I was going to say December. February 6th. They're playing with All That Is Unholy and Burn the Castle and Divine Curse.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, we're doing pretty good at the Dive Pub. Like I know it's Thursdays, but Thursday is the day before Friday, and we're not, we're not pulling out your pockets so that you can come in. And they have great specials, and they have a kitchen again. So and it's a good time. We're usually done around 11:30, so it's not super late or anything like that. You can still make it to work. So
Yeah, big time. There's the odd spots that Thursdays will still pop off. Like
yeah.
even in Barrie at Queen's nightclub, like they usually do the fuck God damn it, I can't remember the name of it now. That's gonna drive me nuts.
I do
It's
that.
they do a hardcore bill every Thursday, or not every Thursday, but like they usually
Yeah.
do it on Baytown Hardcore. Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah, and we've played it too, and like yeah, for a Thursday night, it still packs out.
Yeah, yeah. No, my last Thursday was good too. The last Thursday I did. Wolf Claw, Elk Puncher. I highly recommend Elk Puncher.
That's such a fucking dope band name.
Magna Ira. I know.
Elk
Somebody said
Puncher.
it. They were like, "You got to check out Elk Puncher," and I visually saw the name, and I was like, "What a fucking killer name!"
So
Like,
funny.
I like it boggles my mind some of the names that some bands come out with. But yeah, Us Alike played that show too, and it was fucking great. I think Magna Ira was on that bill as well. And some of the two pieces that we have out right now are just insane. Magna Ira, there's only two of them. Sounds like there's 10 of them.
Yeah.
Heavy Breather, same thing. They're playing my birthday party in February, which is awesome. There's two of them. This sounds like there are 10 of them. And they're two of the nicest people I've ever met. Tyson and Zeus are two of the nicest guys ever.
When's your birthday in February?
February 22nd. My
before.
actual birthday is February 25th.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, mine's the 4th.
Awesome.
So
right on. So
but,
you're what's your
my sign?
Yeah.
Aquarius, I think. I don't really follow that stuff, but
yeah,
Aquarius, I think.
Right on. That's awesome. There's a lot of February birthdays. That's why we threw the party for my birthday. It's myself, Rob's wife, Rob from Ready to Die. His wife has a birthday. 3 out of the 5 guys in Ready to Die actually have birthdays in February.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So and then Sofa City Sounds actually turns 11 February 9th.
Right on. That's so.
Yeah, Andrew Kennedy's February 1st. February is a popular month.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know
How
why.
were our parents doing 9 months before that? What's 9 months before February?
Having fun in the summer, I guess. I don't know.
Drunken adventure.
Yeah.
That was most likely me anyway.
Too many drunken barbecues.
Right? Oh man. That's funny. So Rodrigo's here. I had mentioned him earlier, but I didn't say hi to him. He's been watching the show for so long. He comes out and does the Mayhem Market that we do here in the falls every year, and he's huge supporter of music. Huge.
Nice.
He's awesome. Yeah, I think he's got some stuff going on in Hamilton. Actually, we were just talking about that. So yeah, I think he's got some stuff going on in Hamilton coming up.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So what else do we got? You guys got merch, right?
Yeah, we do. If you go to our Instagram and stuff, our Big Cartel's linked. There's not a ton up there right now because we kind of ran low, but we just did print some new shirts that we'll be posting very soon, and we will also have them. We'll also have them on February 1st at the Vakken Battle. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. I can't read that. Your mom just popped in. Taylor is actually your nephew.
I think she's confusing somebody that we were talking about, Taylor, as my nephew.
Oh. Did we say the name Taylor?
I don't know. It doesn't.
I'm going to have to play back later. Sorry, Chris's mom.
But yeah, Yeah, we got merch up for sure. We should print some more stuff when we get some new music out, which you
Sweet.
guys hopefully won't be waiting too long for. Um, we're working on some stuff right now, so hopefully in the next I want to say month or two, we should have something else out.
Awesome. Right on. Good. Then I'm excited that I get you guys in March.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have. We might have one of the songs ready for them to play. We'll
That'd
find
be
out.
fun. That'd be fun.
I'd
No
like to,
pressure.
but
No
we'll see
pressure,
what's up.
but I'm excited.
No, it should be a good time. Like I said,
Yep.
we haven't done the Niagara region yet, so we've been trying to get out there for a minute. So
Right
I'm
on.
stoked for us to finally go out there because I know we've had a couple people bug us to go out there. Also, too, in the
Yep.
chat, like if we haven't come to where you are, like type it right now. Like tell me where you want to see us because
Yeah.
I'm booking for our year right now. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like, I mean, if you can't reach, I'm sure they can reach out to you. But if you can't, Sofa City will pass on any messages.
yeah,
Absolutely.
throw it in the comments too. Where do you want to see Seagrave 2025? Because like I said,
Yeah.
I'm booking up our year right now. So I'm about at I think I'm booking around the summer right now, but
Okay.
still got lots of stuff open and we're trying to get out of the GTA. So
Okay. Awesome. Good to know. Sweet. So where on social media can we find you?
Instagram is seagrave.core.
Yeah.
That's probably where we're the most active. Seagrave on Facebook, it's kind of annoying to find though because we have that stupid triangle in our name.
Yep.
Because the Zuckerberg wouldn't allow us to have grave in our name for some reason. Even though like Infinite Annihilator has a fucking page, which makes no
Yeah.
sense. But,
And there, yeah, I know. There's
but
there's some bands that I'm kind of like, how did you get your name on?
I know, yeah. So
Like,
they wouldn't let us have just Seagrave on Facebook because it had grave in it. So
that's so weird. I know Ready to Die fought for fucking months to get their Facebook page.
yeah,
And
I've
it was,
tried. I've reached
yeah.
out and tried to like DM like admins at Facebook and stuff, and they just like I just get no answer.
Yeah,
So
well, they're probably not even real people anyway.
yeah, exactly that
So,
too. So
it's
yeah,
probably all algorithm.
Seagrave.core on Instagram is probably the best spot to follow us because that's where we're the most active for sure.
Right on. Awesome. That's fantastic. So we're going to find you all over the Southern Ontario region this summer. And
Hopefully out of Ontario too. I mean,
yep.
if we win the Vaughan battle on the first in
Yes.
then I think the final provincial round is still also in Toronto in March, but then after if we fingers crossed win that, it's the finals are in Vancouver this year. So
That's fun.
if that happens, we're definitely like we're not just gonna go to Vancouver to play that one show. We'll probably book a whole tour run to get out there and come back.
That's
So
awesome. That's sick. Right on. Yeah, I've been out east. I've never been out west.
I
Um
haven't been to either, to be honest with you. I've done Quebec just because we did that. Um, but yeah, Rockpile, Toronto, Andrew. No, I don't think we'd play there, man. We've done it there a couple times. It's
yeah.
not really been the best for us, to be honest. Plus, we played Toronto quite a bit. We're gonna be at Hard Luck February 1st, but I guess you're underage. You were saying so.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah,
only 13. Yeah, he's gotten his way into a few shows, but
it can
there's a
happen sometimes for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Like I mean, there's 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 wiggle room with the rules if you know how to say them properly.
Yeah,
When it
that
comes,
or like you can always just like try and glam on and be like, oh, like because I know we did this for a couple people too, where it was like, um, they're like family basically. So we're like, what if they come in just for our set and then leave? And
yep,
yeah,
yep. Keep them as close to the door as possible, type thing.
yeah, or
Yeah,
they have to like they tell you they got to be like right beside you the whole time, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I've seen that, but I mean, that's how we continue the love of the music with the little ones, right?
yeah.
So,
Like I was saying, that's the shitty thing. I wish that more places were still doing all ages shows. It's a shame, but.
what's the first show you ever saw?
Fuck. Deep Purple and Mountain with my dad actually.
Cool.
My
My
dad's a big classic rock guy, so he really got me into that. And yeah, so yeah, Deep Purple and Mountain at what's now called Bud Stage, but Molson Amphitheater.
Still the amphitheater.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like
That's like the
Skydome. I
Sky
still
Dome.
call it Skydome. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, still the Sky Dome, still the amphitheater. See, here we have a, I don't even know what they call it now, but it's always been the Minolta Tower. Always, it's a hotel, but it's always
Okay.
been, and they've called it a few different things, and no, it's just the Minolta Tower.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
What about you? First show you saw?
so I always say that the first show I saw was Sloan when I was 13 because that was the first show that I actually saw in what I guess classify as a venue. The
Okay.
first show I actually saw, I was 11 or 12, and it was the Screaming Beavers and the Sick Boys in the basement of a head shop. My brother bought me,
Nice.
or brought me. Yeah, my brother brought me. And I traded the lead singer of the Screaming Beavers my Bush X t shirt for his ripped Screaming Beaver shirt. And
Amazing.
yeah, I must have been 11 or 12 years old. And I didn't know, I must have had like 5 or 6 t-shirts underneath because I was a skater kid. And
Right.
he was like, I was like, how do I get one of your shirts? He was like, give me your Bush X t-shirt. And I pulled it right off. I was like, here you go. And he gave me dirty, screaming, fucking sweaty, ripped. There was probably fucking blood on it because the shows in the basement of Sloth were, they got pretty crazy. So
Right.
so yeah, so it was, but yeah, that was my first show. And then I saw Sloan in a band called the Gravel Pit at the Trout in Buffalo. My
Right
friend's
on.
mom brought me, and that was it. From there I was hooked. And then I had heard War Pigs, and I never turned back. I've been a metalhead ever since.
Yeah, I mean, fairly similar to me. I mean, obviously discovered a lot of stuff on like Much Music and like Much
Yep,
Loud and stuff, but it really started from like just dug my old man's records out of the basement and started listening to like Sabbath records and Kiss and Zeppelin and
yep,
all that kind of stuff, and then started really getting into new metal, discovered Korn and Bizkit because at the time it was like probably 2000, 2001. So
yep, yeah. I was a huge Corn fan when I was younger. I
yeah, same.
I had asked my mom for corn tickets when I was 14 years old for my birthday, and she came home and she had the little Ticketmaster envelope, and I was fucking stoked. And I opened them, and it was Backstreet Boys.
Oh fuck.
And I
Jesus.
went, and I went, and I was front row, and I had a fucking blast.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then I'm just gonna message my kid to bring the dog outside.
Yeah, no worries.
Um, yeah, so my mom drove me out with a friend of mine, and hang on a second. Um, my mom drove me out with a friend of mine, and my uncle was still around at the time, so we had stayed at his house in Toronto. Um, so he lived in the gay village and used to take us to the bar 501. So
Okay.
we left this venue. It was actually Maple Leaf Gardens.
Oh yeah.
So we left Maple Leaf Gardens, and Aura, enough. Come here. Come here. So we left Maple Leaf Gardens, and we hung out in Bar 501 all night long. I was like 14 years old, and we had a blast. We danced and music, and like we were outside. It was the summertime. We didn't actually go in the bar, but I'm pretty sure the friend of mine and I that were there, we were there till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they had a blast with us. So it
Nice.
was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was great. I was probably one of my favorite shows, actually, even though it was Backstreet Boys. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, that's sick.
So
I one of the best like early shows I ever went to was probably Hatebreed at Opera House.
cool.
Um it's like 2006.
Yeah.
So it was like 15, and it was like one of the first like really heavy shows I went to. So I remember me and my buddy went, and we got there so early because we found out the venue was like general admission. So we were like, well, we want to be front row, and we weren't thinking about the fact you could just like push yourself, obviously. So we got there at like like doors are at 7. I think we got there at like noon and fucking lined up outside the opera house just so we could get front row.
That's awesome.
And I would almost argue to this day that Hatebreed was probably the loudest live band I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
they were
killer.
like
That's
really good
awesome.
too, but just so fucking loud.
That's yeah. I saw Hatebreed at Ozfest 2001,
Oh shit.
and there was so like it was fucking hot, man. It was nothing but pavement. There was no shade,
Yeah.
nothing. And Hatebreed was on earlier in the day on one of the I think it was the second stage. And
Mm.
this couple was in front of us and they were fucking giving her, and then all of a sudden she collapsed right in front. I'm so sorry I stopped petting you.
It's okay. My dog's been scratching at the door the entire time.
Yeah, I'm hoping that my kid had heard or got my message and is gonna take her out the front door to pee real quick. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So that she doesn't bark anymore. Oh, careful, doggy! She almost fell off the couch. So she's over there. I think she's 100 pounds and she thinks she's a lap dog.
Yeah, sounds about right. I got
Yeah.
a 70-pound husky that's basically the same.
Nice. I love huskies, but as much energy as I have, I don't have enough energy for huskies. They're
He's
beautiful dogs.
he's a lot more tame now that
Is he?
he's pretty old. He's like 12.
Oh,
But
is
yeah,
he? Is he a singer? Like, I know a lot of huskies tend to.
sometimes
Yeah, that's awesome.
not as much as you would think, but yeah, sometimes for sure.
That's
Especially
awesome.
if like fire trucks go by, he'll like howl over the siren and shit.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's Aura's pretty. She's usually pretty good when she hears kids run up and down the hallway because we live in an apartment building. When she hears kids run up and down the hallway, she goes nuts.
Yeah, I
Right?
bet.
Because she can't see them. She thinks something is wrong, right? And she'll hear them laughing or whatever, and she thinks something is wrong. So she goes nuts at the front door. But for a
Yeah,
puppy, she's relatively calm. She's a year and a half, and she's pretty good.
right
So
on.
I mean, aside from sitting on the coffee table, and I'll come home and she'll be on the counter because she thinks she's a cat, right? Like
Yeah,
she was raised by 4 cats, so that's what she
yeah,
thinks
that's
she
fair.
is. So yeah,
Rodrigo saying he was actually working that Hatebreed show I was talking about. Damn,
yeah.
that's
Yeah, he
cool.
said he did load in and load out for them. That's actual, fucking actual. That's awesome. See what happens when I don't think before I speak? I just say things. Mind you, when I don't think before I speak, it's a surprise for all of us, which is fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have to say though, the loudest band that I ever had the privilege of seeing was probably Motorhead at the Cool House.
Yeah,
And
they were also hella loud.
yeah, Clutch opened up for them, and after they played their set, the lead singer came out. Um, my now ex-husband was behind me in the crowd. Clutch's lead singer was on one side and Sam Dunn was on the other side. And that was probably one of the like my top concert moments
Right
ever.
on.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
it was fucking killer.
I got to see Motorhead once. It was but it was at Amphitheater.
Cool.
It was it was Heaven and Hell, Motorhead, Judas Priest, and Testament.
What a lineup.
It was pretty sick.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a killer lineup. I've seen a
So
lot of good shows there.
yeah, I was happy I got to see Dio before he passed, and
I
Lemmy
did not.
obviously. But yeah,
Yeah, I did not, but I did get to see Motorhead a few times, and shortly after he passed, I ended up with an ace of spades on my finger, on my ring
that's
finger. Yeah, that was my divorce tattoo. I married Motorhead instead.
that's
So,
fair. Sounds
well,
better.
they don't talk back, right? So, so they only get louder, which makes me happier. So, but yeah, this has been a fucking fantastic interview, man. I'm really grateful that we were able to do this so soon.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So,
Like I said, I apologize to you and anyone watching. The rest of the guys couldn't join me, but Ali's working and Stiv and Doug had practice for their side project tonight, so they
right
I was
on.
the only one. I was the only one free.
Well, that's well, and that just shows the dedication you guys have to music and the things that you do. You know what I mean? Everybody's out doing something, and one of you is making sure you're holding down the fort, and that's how good tight bands stay together
Yeah,
and do the things that they do.
I definitely get designated as band dad fucking 98% of the time. So,
Are you the oldest in the band?
oh, by far, yeah.
Are you?
They're all like 25, yeah.
Oh, really? I'm in my 40s now, so I'm always the oldest in the band.
You're gonna be 34 on the 4th, but yeah,
Awesome.
it's they're all like 24, 25. But it comes with some great perks because I've been in bands a million times where the people are my age and it's like they got kids and they got a career, so it's like they got no time for shit.
Yep.
And yeah, so being the older one in the band is actually a really nice blessing because the other guys are like right in it.
Right on. That's cool. That's awesome. That's a good formula then. Right
Yeah, it works
on.
out well, thankfully.
Yeah. Right on. Well,
The only problem is that when if we're out late and they want to like keep going, and then I'm just like, fuck guys, I need to go to bed.
yeah. Yeah. I don't drink anymore. I'm usually the designated driver, so I'm usually the one that's like, whenever you're ready, guys. So
Yeah, it's mostly in the band. I would say like Ali doesn't really drink much at all.
that's cool.
Stiv doesn't overly. He's kind of usually our DD, and he usually drives when we're playing gigs.
Yeah.
But Doug, like our drummer, and me, we're the drinkers of the band for sure. We like
Right
to
on.
we like to have a good time. I mean, I've had 3 drinks while we've been doing this interview, so
Yeah. I smoked a nice fat joint right before we started.
I
And
can't.
then
I wish I could. I don't know. Like I think I feel like I aged out of weed because weed is just like insanely potent nowadays. So
yep,
I
yep,
remember the last time I went to a dispensary and I bought some pre rolls. I got like 3 1 gram pre rolls, and they lasted me so long
yep,
because every joint I outed like 3 times.
yep.
So I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, no, I haven't had a drink in 16 and a half years. I was good at it. That's
Right
why I
on.
don't drink anymore. I was fucking pro.
Yeah, you
And
won.
yeah, oh, I did. No trophy. I won no trophy. So I mean, I guess I won my liver back.
Yeah.
So,
No,
Janice,
jokes aside, it's good. I mean, I enjoy beverages. Like I make, if you follow me on like Instagram and shit, you'll see all the time. I'm always making some like weird ass cocktails and shit.
nice.
But I used to be a chef too, so like I love
Yeah.
flavor and just making cool combos and yeah.
The thing I like, I mean I was good at it, which is why I don't have anything against it. I still go out and stuff. I bartended for quite a while after I got sober. The thing that I hate the most is all these fucking killer drinks that are out now that I don't drink.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, strawberry creamsicle, and you can drink
Right.
an Oreo fucking cookie, or, like Caesars have a whole fucking dinner stuffed into them now. And I'm like, how come I missed out on all of this?
Yeah, but the problem with
So,
all that shit though is like fucking the hangover is insane because it's all
oh,
sugar.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
you'll
So,
read you'll read the back of some of these tall cans and it's like it's like yeah, creamsicle or something, but it's
yeah.
like fucking 28 grams of sugar in like a 500 ml can.
I know. It's crazy. Like it's there. Some of them are almost the equivalent of energy drinks
Yeah,
when it comes to
100%.
sugars and stuff like that. And I know I had watched a thing on Marketplace. Oh, probably 10 years ago now, where they said that sugar has 40 different names.
Yeah,
40
that sounds
different
about
names
right.
for sugar. So you got 28 grams of sugar, but you look at the ingredients and you also have glucose, fructose. You have,
Fructose,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So you got all this shit. And it's like, well, I thought there was just 28 grams of sugar. I didn't know that you put cancer in there too. It's
Yeah, for
so
sure.
hard. The girls and I go to the grocery store now, and I'm like, how about we just go home and put some strawberries in water and call it a day? Because like I
Yeah.
don't I don't know what to do anymore. The list of ingredients on everything is like this.
Yeah, it's insane.
What are you eating? Give me 1 second. She's chewing something she's not supposed to be.
No worries. What's up, chat? While she's gone, I guess I'll talk to you guys. Nashville Pussy. I've never heard of that band, but that's a really jokes band name. I'll have to check them out. Like I was saying earlier too, let us know in the chat, like where do you want to see Seagrave this year? Because I'm trying to book shows for the year.
Yeah, Cheryl's in. She's in Guelph. I bet you she would love to see you guys out there.
Yeah,
Cheryl Burke.
we've done Guelph with Rick a few times. I don't remember the last time we went out there with him. It must have been 2024, but I think it was pretty early. I think it was like I think we were out there in like February 2024. So
Awesome.
it's been about a year since we've gone out there.
Right on.
Uh the only problem with I have with Guelph is like Rick is fucking awesome, the crowd's awesome, but I just fucking don't like playing Red Papaya because it's just so weird.
It's an interesting venue.
it's it's just so weird. It's so the funniest part when we've played there to me is just that like you will be playing a show but they keep the restaurant open the whole time,
Yeah.
so you'll just see like fucking like Uber Eats drivers coming
I
in and being
know.
like, what the fuck?
I know, and it's a the crazy, like it's a Thai restaurant.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
it's
like
super weird.
it's not a metal venue. I mean, it is. It is, but
I mean,
it's
don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that they're willing to put shows on because like anywhere that's willing to put shows on is
yeah,
dope to me, but
yeah.
yeah,
And
it's definitely a weird one to play.
there's a stigma when it comes to throwing metal shows. Like there's been a few bars that I've walked into in the Niagara region, and I'm like, so I throw metal shows, and like people don't break stuff, and we're like the whole whatever, and it's difficult trying to get. So when Dive Pub was like, I'll give you Thursdays, I was like, I'll fucking make it work, and I don't
Yeah, for
care.
sure.
I'll
Which is
make
so
it
fun.
work.
I find it so funny that metal shows kind of have that stigma because in my years, man, like I've found I mean, don't get me wrong, still like the genre. I'm not shitting on anybody in it,
No,
but
no, no.
the most sketchy shows I've ever been to were fucking hip hop shows.
I will 100% agree with you. Um,
But everyone has this stigma when it comes to metal shows. I guess it's just the look and the
yeah.
music, right? But
And
yeah,
it's
I
funny.
wish.
We're the
Sorry,
nicest
go ahead.
people in the world. Oh, I was just gonna say we're the nicest people in the world. Like, and we're covered in tattoos, and we have odd jobs, and stuff like that. But part of the reason why we're the nicest people in the world is because when you look at us, people automatically get that stigma that, oh, they're scary, they're weird, they're the no. Like I hug babies. Sometimes I put them on the ground and walk away because mine are grown. But like jokes aside, I like we're all really nice, down to earth people. We have families, we have jobs, and tattoos are fucking expensive, man. We're not out doing sketchy shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like we got to go to work to get the fucking ink. That's for sure.
yeah, 100%. I
So,
agree.
and
My
now my kids
I
are
get I,
things
I
and
get
stuff.
very lucky with that. Like my wife is a tattoo artist, so
Right on.
the most I have to pay for a tattoo is take her out to dinner.
Yeah. Well, and that's the best payment ever. Who doesn't want to trade dinner for tat? You're gonna feed me? Yeah, I'll draw on you.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's
But like I
awesome.
said too, I used to be a chef, so I mean I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I make some good shit.
Right on. Yeah, and shout out to your wife and her tattoo. Where does she work? I'm gonna be nosy.
So
Where does she
she
work?
she works at Taunton Tattoo Company out here in Oshawa.
Awesome. Right on.
Definitely hit her up if you're in the area. She does some cool shit. Her Instagram is Miv Skedis, so it's MIVSKETIS.
Awesome.
She does great work if you're into like neo trad and traditional stuff. So
Awesome. I'll definitely find her on Instagram and follow her and share her and stuff like that for sure.
yeah, I mean, if you can't remember the tag, I'm sure if you just look through my Instagram, I'm
I
sure
was
there's
gonna
a
say,
post
oh
or
yeah,
two
I'll look
somewhere
through
where
yours.
I tagged her or something.
All right. Awesome. Right on. Yeah, we've had a really busy chat. We've had a lot of people watching. I've got 10 messages in my Facebook. So
Yeah,
like it's been
what do
a
we got
great
here? Somebody
show.
else was bringing out spots.
It
Yeah,
was
Shale, you said
Cheryl,
Guelph. I
yeah,
mean, Guelph, we might get back there with Rick. I don't know. I'd have to talk to him.
yeah. What about London?
We
We have,
haven't done London yet. We actually do really want to do London. Just same thing. It's never just worked out. Like anytime I've tried to set something up for us there, it's like the venue's booked or like the other bands aren't available kind of thing. So it's just never really worked out. But we have wanted to get out there for sure.
awesome. Right on. Well, that's killer. My sister used to live in London. I've been to a few shows out there. They have a good music scene out there.
Yeah, for sure. And like we're boys with some people out there too. Like we're good boys with the guys in Pro Sector and stuff. So
I like
if we went out there, I'm sure we'd be playing with them. Hamilton's okay, Cheryl. I was just saying actually when we got started that the last few times we've done Hamilton, it's just been kind of okay. So
Yeah,
we're a little hesitant about it just because it's a bit of a far drive for us to go out for like a okay show.
yeah,
Um, not opposed to it, but has to be the right bill, right venue.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I speaking of right bills and right venues, we've mentioned it already a couple times, but the lineup that we put together for the March 27th show, I like it all just fell into place. And
Couldn't be a better lineup.
oh my God. So when I had sent it to you, I had just sent a list of bands and you sent me back the way you wanted the lineup. And I was like, I should have just sent it to you though. It was like, it's Ready to Die opening and Eaten by, like, we're going to kill it all night long. And Cruel Intent is coming out here again for my birthday show for February.
Right.
And then we're going to have them back out a month later, which is going to be fucking sick because I'm pretty sure February is the first taste of them everybody's going to get. So,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. If you guys joined late, what she's talking about, March 27th. So we're gonna be at Dive Pub. It's Seagrave, Cruel Intent, Beguiler, Ready to Die, and Eaten by Sharks. So you can't get a better bill for Niagara region, man.
no, you can't. And I get the giggles every time I think about it. I just, when I started doing this, I started writing books. And then COVID hit, and I went to podcasting because people couldn't come out to my book releases, right? Oh, Richie Nails is here. Richie is out of Quebec. He would be who you I would suggest getting a hold of when
Yeah,
it.
Ricky, Richie, shoot me a DM because we're trying to go out to Quebec this year for sure.
Yeah,
So if you can help us out with hooking something up, I'd appreciate it. My
definitely.
Facebook is just Christopher Osach. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's with the Nailheads and with Cab Noir, and
right on.
they put out some stellar stuff. I just had them out a little while ago. Janice Murphy's here. She always pops in and says hi, and I'm really happy about that. It's always nice to have her. So, but yeah, I would definitely reach out to them. And Last Dance Amongst Wolves, they're fantastic. I would definitely reach out to them too. We had
Great.
them. Um, Matt Patterson had them out to Doors last year, I believe,
Okay.
and they put on a fucking wild party. They were fun. They were a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Rodrigo the Nailheads are fucking killer. So yeah, it's been a great night. It's been a fantastic chat. I'm really grateful that we got to do this, and
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I mean, we'll do it anytime. We'll always try and make the time if we can.
yeah, right on. Talk to the guys, and when maybe throughout the summer we'll do this again, and we'll get all of you on.
Yeah, we definitely
Definitely.
like to do that for sure.
Yeah, but I'll let you guys plan it and stuff. This week was just kind of a fluke because I had a band cancel. So
Oh, okay.
and he canceled with me while you and I were putting together the lineup for the March show, and that's why I was like, "Hey, what are you doing next Thursday?"
No, it's good.
So
It worked out great. Yeah.
yeah, it was perfect. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done this. I think I just booked my first date in May today.
Okay.
So we're Sofa City's booked right up until May for interviews on Thursday nights.
Fuck
So
yeah.
yeah, we're killing it. I'm super excited. This year is going to be a big year. We turn 11 this year. It's an off year
Let's
for
go.
us. So yeah. So but well, we should. I don't want to, but we should definitely come to a close. I have a few other things I have to get on to. My kids probably want the living room back.
Yeah, no
That's
worries.
patient, but I
All
don't
good.
know for how long. So
All right.
yeah.
Well, thank you for having us on. Thank you to the chat. Come
Absolutely.
follow us. Like I said, Instagram's probably our best spot to follow us. It's seagrave.core. Easily the spot we're most active. So you'll see all our shows coming up. We're very active. We post constantly. So
Yeah,
you'll always be up to date with what we're up to. So
yeah, which is awesome. They have merch.
we're
They
uh,
have
we're
music.
in Toronto February 1st at Hard Luck for Vakken Battle, and we're in St. Catharines March 27th.
What time are doors for the battle?
I believe they're 7 p.m.
Okay,
But
and
it's also a Saturday, so
yep, perfect. And what's the door cost?
I think it's only $15. I think it's pretty
Oh,
cheap.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Right on. Awesome. All right. Well, no guarantees we'll make it out there because I'm working on other people's vehicles right now. But tons of support, and I hope you guys fucking kill it.
Awesome.
You
Thanks.
guys are killing. You'll be fine. You guys are going to be great. I'm super excited for you. So, and I'm excited Sofa City gets to be the ones to host you here in the fall. So that's a big deal to me. I appreciate it. So,
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a good night.
yeah, awesome. Well, you have a wonderful night. I'm going to keep you backstage for 2 seconds.
Yep.
Good night, Cheryl. See you, Janice. Good night, Rodrigo. It's like the Metalhead romper room in here this week. I love it. So, all right. Well,
See you guys.
I don't know who's on next week. When I hit end stream, I don't know how long it takes. So we usually make a funny face until it completely ends.
Fair.
So